Good morning, all you buff guys and gals around the world. Thomas here with another three buff guys, joined by my dad and my brother William and Richard. How's it going, guys?
Not
FT.
good. Not good. I'm back in Texas. Not good.
Yeah, not too good here as well. But yeah, that'll all change as of tomorrow.
All right then.
What about you, Thomas?
Anyone, you guys want to elaborate as to why not good?
Well,
Wait a minute.
everything's bigger in Texas, including the waistlines, which is not true and it's not politically correct for all you Texans out there. I'm sorry. I didn't wish to offend. Here we are, episode 53. And there we were back in September. There we were in October. There we were a few weeks ago. There I am today. My weight since Christmas has been going up and up and up. And I got on the scale just having done a longish walk this morning. Got on the scale just before this call, 102.3. So you now ask Thomas what's not going well. Hopefully that helps to explain a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But still, okay then. Where are you guys? See, I only have one screen now, so it's very difficult. So there we go. So for me, I lost the plot up until today, actually. But what did you say, William? Starting today, things are back on again. Is that right? What's it been for you?
Well, so yesterday I made a terrible mistake. I had 9,958 steps, and I just completely forgot to just get up and do a few steps before midnight. And so I lost my 100-day streak. So I was very upset last night. And tomorrow, someone that's very important to me is moving, so I'll have better control over what I eat. Let's say I'm not blaming her in any way, but
less excuses not to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Tom? You're going to get back on the fasting wagon this week. Did you manage?
I am back on the wagon, yeah.
When did you get back on?
You guys left Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, so just been upping the exercise, upping the steps during the day, and then just cutting out food. And so I'm down to as of this morning, I'm right around where I think you guys were when you guys got here. So I've lost that weight, and so now I'm going to be just losing more. So
okay. What was it like to get back on? No problem.
No problem. It's easy. It's easy. It's just not fun to go from, all the foods that you enjoy, all the foods that you like to no food. But other than that, I mean, pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. So what's your exercise been this week, William? Just the walking or anything else, anything special?
So last week was a very good week. You were traveling, weren't you, last Sunday?
Yeah.
So yeah, last week I had an average of 18,000 steps, I think. This week was a lot less. But no, just walking. It's been quite stressful at school. Had to give it hand in my thesis, so I had a lot of work left to do for that.
Yeah.
On the exercise front, not much.
Okay. Where's the screen again? Share. I can't find it. It's the entire screen. Let's go back to it. Okay, so for me at least, what I started to do this morning, because I knew, and we all know when we're going in the right direction. My clothes have been tighter. Things have been less comfortable. But I've been avoiding the scales. And it started off with when it's all of those, you know, how often we say, well, there's no point starting this week because I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'll start next week.
Mm.
So our move to Texas started around about here. So we went from Texas to the hotel. Sorry, from Austria to the hotel.
Are we supposed to be seeing something on the screen?
Yeah. Do you not see anything?
No, I just see the StreamYard page.
Okay. Forget it. Stop sharing. Okay, so for me, I started not weighing when we first arrived in Texas. And I started not weighing because, oh well, we're in a hotel. It's just temporary. There's no point trying to find the scales in the suitcase. So no weighing there. And then just before coming to you, Thomas, we moved into the apartment. I thought, well, there's no point getting on the scales just before we come to you. I'll get on it when we get back. And then we got back, and for the first couple of days, I thought, well, there's no point getting on the scales because I need to get back under control first. But kept giving myself excuses. And finally, today I got on there. No, sorry, I got on there today, and I got on there a couple of times in the last few days. But today is an all-time high. So what I'm doing, I've decided I took a look and I thought, what's going wrong? And I decided that what's going wrong is that I'm not weighing each day. And I've started to suffer what you suffered when you first moved to America, Thomas. You know, temptation is everywhere, isn't it?
It is.
So my breakfasts have become much bigger than they were before we left for America. I've started experimenting with food. There's something called Birka muesli. Do you two know what that is?
Mm.
And for some strange reason, I decided to make some the other day. And it's really, really easy to make, really, really tasty, but not really conducive to losing weight because it includes things like peanut butter, honey, milk, cream. But it's really good. So I've been making that and eating that each day. And I've not been having lunch as such, which means that when I come home from the office, I come home early afternoon, then I tend to sit down with your mum and have a biscuit or two. And it just so happens that in the local big grocery store, I found digested biscuits. Didn't even think of looking until I went to Idaho, and dear Thomas, had bought a packet as a surprise for me. And I thought, oh, I remember how much I like these. So I bought those, and that was only a few days ago, and half the pack's gone. Also, the alcohol intake has gone up considerably. Lots of beer and lots of snacking, and above all, you put all of those things together, and there's boredom because living in the apartment, there's nothing to do. So you sit here and you think, oh, there's nothing to fix. There's no grass to cut. There's no hedge to cut. There's no wood to chop or anything to do. So you just sit there and think, oh, what can I do? Nothing to do. Oh, let's eat something. So that's my analysis of what's going wrong. And strangely, where we live now in this apartment block, we have the opportunity to visit 4 fitness centers, 4 swimming pools. So far, I've visited none of them. And every time I see the fitness center, I think, oh, I need to go in there. But that's as far as it gets.
I thought you've been to the fitness center though.
I went to the fitness center in the hotel when we were there, but not to the one here.
Okay.
So those are all of the things that are going wrong. And there's probably a few other things in between. Having said that, what's going right are my steps. I set myself the goal of 18,000 per day a couple of weeks ago, and I've been managing 18,000 per day. It might be some days where 18,001 or 18,002, but I am every day now doing 18,000. I got both William and I have got Garmin watches.
Mm-hmm.
And I spoke to William a few days ago. What day was it, William?
I think it was Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. And what happened? Tell us the story then, William.
Well, strange. The first time I noticed was at 1 o'clock that my watch had just stopped working. So I texted Daddy to see if he's ever had problems with this watch, and it just wouldn't turn on, or it always just show the logo and it wouldn't do anything. And it turns out that you also had a similar problem, or
Yeah, I sent William some hints about how to fix his. And then I got home from work, and towards the afternoon, I thought, I've got to do something. I was at about, I think, 13,000 steps already. So I went for a real long walk. And I got halfway along the long walk. I suppose that means I'd done about 3 miles. And I looked at my watch, and it said that I'd done 200 meters. It completely locked up as well. So whether there was a bug with Garmin last week, but I thought, I tried everything to get the thing working, but I couldn't. So I walked home. So that's a long walk where the steps counted for nothing.
it's sad though, isn't it? Though what psychological impact these watches have on you as well. I mean, for good and also for bad. Like yesterday, I was really upset how I lost my streak of 100 days, but I know that I did 10,000 steps.
Yeah.
So just seeing the number on the watch makes me feel happy and makes me feel good that I achieved it. But now that I have to start all over again, I don't know. It's strange.
I know what you mean. So walked all the way home, came in, wasn't in the best of moods, and your mother said, "What's wrong with you?" And I said, my watch is locked up. So I then looked at Mr. YouTube, and within about 30 seconds, the watch was working again. I said to your mum, "Right, see you later." She said, "What do you mean? Where are you?" I said, "I'm going out for a walk." She said, "You just been out for an hour and a half." I said, "Yeah, but I haven't got the steps." But she says, "You know that you've got them because you've done them." And I said, "That's not the point." So I managed to get the 18,000 in the end. But yeah, psychology. And you're right there that the watch can be a good incentive, but you could also be at the point now where you think, I might as well give up.
Mm-hmm.
So which way will it be? Of course, you'll do it.
Definitely.
One of the things that I have done, because I still have my goal streak now for more than a year. Well, there are times when, for example, when I went to Thomas's, I knew that I wasn't going to be doing 18,000 a day. So for the time at Thomas's, I reduced the daily goal, and I decided that if I reduce it to have a goal that's meaningful while I'm there, if I overachieve it, that's great. But at least I still set myself something that's meaningful. So that's a lesson for you for the future. But to lose it just for a few steps, that's sad.
Mm.
What are your thoughts there, Tom?
I agree. I feel the same way about the steps. You know, in my mind, you know, if I forgot to charge my watch, and so it's down, 10% battery, so I got to put it on charge. I hate that it doesn't track that hour of missed steps. I hate it because I know that. And so I think I've already tuned myself to not do steps or do as few steps as possible in that time where I don't have my watch working. But it is weird. So I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm. All right then. So talking of steps, I suppose we should look at them, shouldn't we? If I can get this thing to work. Slides. You have no slides. Sharing is caring. Window. Bear with the entire screen. So what do you see?
StreamYard page.
Okay, what do you see now?
Nothing.
Okay, stop sharing. Slides. Screen.
Otherwise, we can just say how many steps we have.
No. Right, do you see a PowerPoint now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Still see the PowerPoint?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the PowerPoint in presentation mode?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then. So the scores. William.
No.
You must have just missed it.
I know, but 40 steps.
Okay. But still not too shabby considering your target was at just over 10,000 per day. So keep up the good work. Thomas, also good, really. Well, what day was this? This Sunday. So, but you doubled. So you what was that? You got just the 10,000, just on 10,000, was it, or just below?
I think being perfectly honest, I think it was just below.
Okay. And what happened here? This must be 24,000. Busy day at work.
Yeah, I hadn't looked at my steps, and then I saw that Sunday I was below 10,000, and so I just wanted to up the ante a little bit.
Up the ante a little bit. It's incredible. More than double what you did on Sunday. So excellent progress.
Thank you.
So yeah, as you can see here, I put my last week's one in so that you can see that every single day I'm doing the 18,000. And every day this week, I've done at least the 18,000. So far today, 5,000. So I think this week I'm going to up it to 18,200 or 300, just a little bit more. So challenges for the coming week. Let's start with you, Thomas. What are your challenges for the coming week?
I want to set myself an 18,000 step minimum for the week. That's mine.
Okay.
So no days below that. So.
Okay. Anything else, or is that it? It's okay. I don't mean that. Oh, is that it?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. What about you, William?
I don't know. This week I have had sweets. Like, I didn't buy them; they were just in the apartment, and my roommate and his friend they were having them. And as I said, I can go months without eating sweets if they're not in the apartment. But once they're open, then I have to have them. So that's why I never buy them. And so I did have sweets a few days this week.
Okay.
So I don't want to do it next week. I mean, tomorrow I have cooking, so depending on what there is, what we're making, sweet wise, I might have it. But other than that, I don't want to have anything like that this week or this coming week. And also exercise wise, I want to do more strength training. So not really stepwise or just eat less. Like lately, I've also been having like a roll in the morning before 12, and yeah, I don't know.
You have to remember, breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Yes,
The
you're right.
carry on though. What are you going to do on the day that you're flying?
In what way? So I would definitely try and get the steps in at the airport. I think that's very doable because flights at 9 in the morning, and I get in at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so that won't be a problem. Stepwise, I'd say.
Okay.
Flying back, that would be the challenge.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We'll see.
We'll see means no. So people tell me.
What do you mean? I'll definitely get my steps in.
It's challenging.
But I get in on the same day at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'll still have 8 hours with you guys to do steps.
Okay. All right then. So for me, this week I am starting today on the scales every day.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for a whiteboard that I can post it behind me again. And I am going to start going to the gym. And also, I have an action item from your mother. I need to find myself a hobby. Because if I find myself a hobby, then there'll be less of a tendency to look in the cupboard and go for the jalapeno peanuts or the other stuff that's in there.
Jalapeno peanuts?
Don't worry, they'll all be gone by the time you arrive. So that's my plan for this week. So by the time we get to this time next week, I'm going to be down, and I'm going to do my best to get down onto the 100 or just below the 100 again. I've got to get back to where I was, and it's achievable. It's getting really hot here now, so it'll be hard to exercise outside in the heat, but that's an excuse.
You sweat more.
Exactly. Okay then. Anything else from anybody else?
No, not from me.
All right then. Anything else from you, Tom Tom?
Nope.
In that case, can you do your stuff, please? Because you do it so well.
Absolutely. All right, guys, another great week in the books. Looking forward to the days ahead. Do great things, make good decisions, and